Welcome back! There it is. Boom. Man.
It's electric, baby.
Yeah.
It's electric.
Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies.
What we get to do. I just love it. I mean,
we're back.
Yes.
we're back, baby.
Yes.
And we're dressed better.
A lot better.
A lot better than what we were been. Yeah.
What we were been?
Yeah, what we were been.
Wow.
That's really proper English. Just so y'all know.
What we were been. Rap. What we were been.
We're a little rusty. This is our first time back.
How do you talk on this thing? Is this working? Hello?
Yeah.
How we feel, fellas?
What we were been, where we were is.
Where we were is. No, it's great. Honestly, I was looking forward to this all day.
Yeah.
We had very motivational speaking from Sir Jared Boyette this morning.
Jared did have some great motivation. He brought some heat. So
that's really
he
cool.
brought the hunger.
Yeah, he did. Really Are you getting hungry?
No, it was really good though. I mean, I was looking forward to this. We were talking about this last week, and it's just something that I didn't feel completed during open enrollment because we couldn't have any podcasts.
Yeah, I like that.
But
I like that. You
we're here
feel
now.
completed. So, well, this is officially season 2,
baby.
Yes,
Welcome to
episode 1.
Episode 1, season 2, baby.
And we've been talking about it. We did kind of a bonus episode over the holidays that we brought you guys, and we talked a little bit about it. But this one, we're going to lay out the foundation of what we're trying to do in season 2. What we did in season 1 and how it was awesome, and we appreciated the support that we got during season 1.
Absolutely.
And what are some of the guests and the fun things that we're planning on doing in season 2 that are different than what we did in season 1?
Absolutely.
So we're planning. A lot of the feedback that we got from y'all that left us comments and whatnot, and reached out was you want to hear more guests. You want to have us bring on some other industry leaders, whether it's in insurance or completely different industries, and that you get to hear from them, their stories, and that's our goal. We want to bring multiple vantage points and perspectives because we realize that a lot of people are in business that listen to us, regardless if it's insurance or not, and you want to hear stories of how they were successful and how do they implement it in their industry and how you can take something from that. So we understand that, and so we're going to bring it to you.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
Yes, we are.
But
without further ado, we're bringing to you Old Pepper.
Old Pepper.
Old Pepper.
Old Pepper.
Okay, quiz question from last season. What does bottled and bond mean?
Bottled and bond.
Do you guys remember?
Does that mean, I think it's bonded, meaning like you're bonding it in the same state that it's being bottled in? Was that what the...
Very close.
Okay.
Very close.
I don't remember.
This means that it was poured from the same barrel that it was bonded in.
Got it. Okay. I knew it was something along those lines.
No, that was good.
I like that fun fact, though. You like that? That's a pop quiz.
How'd you remember that? Did you look that up?
No,
you just remember.
It's on the back of the bottle. You just looked at it.
I'm just what people say, a whiskey connoisseur. So.
Oh, that's what you are?
Yeah.
I mean, we have tried over how many ever whiskeys at this point in time?
A lot.
Let me get that. Yeah, drink the water first.
So I'm trying to drink the water.
You've had a rough day, right?
This is so cool. You hear that pour?
Yeah.
We back, baby.
Man.
We back,
baby.
We back, baby.
Thank you.
Let me get a little ASMR here.
Oh,
there you go.
I love that.
There you go. Also, guys, it's a new year. We're coming back, and you guys,
it is
a new
2025.
Year. Yes.
So
yes,
and that's part of what this episode's about.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So after we, of course, talk about a little bit of Old Pepper. Holy cow! We're posting that. Is it dumping?
No, but can you grab it?
Is it dumping?
That was slippery as shit.
Holy buckets! I thought I was gonna wear it. Honestly.
Wow. Okay.
Let's talk about it. Come on.
Wow.
That's a blooper for sure.
I saw this one in. Is it a Missouri whiskey? I'm pretty sure it is. No.
Kentucky.
Okay.
Kentucky.
Oh,
Distilled
well,
and bottled at the historic Pepper Distillery in Lexington, Kentucky.
Cool.
The Pepper Distillery in Lexington, Kentucky was initially built in 1880 by Colonial James E. Pepper. He was the third generation to produce Old Pepper whiskey, the oldest and best brand of whiskey made in Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
Wow. It was there that Colonial Pepper produced his famous high-grade whiskey, of which he was flamboyant promoter.
smells
I
fire.
don't know.
It does smell
Okay,
good.
he was a flamboyant promoter. Okay,
Cool.
indeed. Legend has it that the old-fashioned cocktail was invented in his honor,
Wow. That's
which he
kinda cool.
subsequently
I love old
introduced.
fashions.
Yep.
Me too.
I'm a big old fashioned guy.
He
so.
subsequently
bet you
introduced to
this
the
tastes good.
world
It's gonna be
during
it's
his
good.
frequent stays at New York City. The distilled operated until 1967 when
It's got good color.
you keep interrupting. It's really hard for me to concentrate.
Honestly, the listeners don't really care.
Cool. He produced the.
He's a great whiskey maker.
I will say the cool part there that you provided was that it's one of the oldest whiskeys in Kentucky.
Yep.
And that they kind of started the old fashions after this whiskey. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's all you took away from that. So
yeah, absolutely.
that was a sum up.
It's got really good color.
it does. Very
It's
good
a dark.
aroma.
It's a dark color.
What are you smelling though?
I mean, I'm definitely the pepper's in the name. I'm getting pepper out of this, but
Okay.
I could be way off, and maybe there's no pepper in this. I know you're probably.
I need to look it up.
Do you want me to do it, or do you want to do it?
That's honey. It's honey in there for sure.
Okay.
It's something sweet. I'm giving honey.
I wonder if this has got the. I was gonna.
Well, you can't look at it too. Freaking weirdo.
I was gonna see if it had any of the. It doesn't though.
It's definitely fruit in there. I'm gonna say berries. I'm gonna get mine out the way early.
Okay.
I'm
You
saying
said honey, berries.
You said pepper.
I'm gonna go with like.
Give me one. You have to give me one. Nothing.
We're all wrong.
There's pepper, so you can hit it for pepper. Hit it for pepper.
I don't know which one it
I think
is.
it's
Far
top
right,
right,
top
top
right,
right.
top right. To each his own. No.
That's not it.
What's
There we go.
Sorry, it's been a while. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while.
What else?
Well, I mean,
Let's taste it. I don't
Yeah,
want to
let's
smell it
taste it.
anymore.
whiskey for the souls,
Insurance for the wallets.
Cheers. Yep, there it is.
It's good.
Wow.
After reading it, I can taste it.
Butterscotch,
Nope. Close.
caramel.
Yes. Hit it. No. Yeah. Luke really doesn't want to do shit this episode. He don't want to pick up the bottle. Doesn't want to hit the. It's all right.
Man, I'm really trying to figure this out. There's a flavor that is throwing me off.
Is it?
You know it though.
I was gonna say
it-
You
nuts.
say it every episode.
Is there some nuts in this? There's like some peanut.
No sir. No sir.
Is it licorice?
No sir.
Vanilla.
Yes.
I say it every episode.
Yes.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta hit it. It's closer
Okay,
to you.
there's one more that I don't know.
Just give it to us.
Malt.
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 It's just a malt whiskey.
Just a
I
malt.
like it.
Yeah.
But it's good.
This is really good.
Very good.
This is
I'm
a
trying
good
to.
bottle. This is a good
yeah,
choice.
I mean, I've been trying to figure it out, but it's throwing me for a loop. I didn't get really any of this. Not gonna lie.
You got
I
vanilla.
sucked. And pepper.
Hey, it's your first. It's your first one back.
we got
Did it say specifically whether it was white pepper or black pepper?
It did not.
Okay.
We did have.
Remember that
we
white
did
pepper?
have. We
We had
did
a
have
white
one like
yeah.
that.
So okay. Well, what would you rate it? And then let's move on to the content.
Go ahead, Kwani. Sorry.
I almost broke character.
Shit, my bad.
I was broke script. Okay. I'm gonna rate it. I'll give it probably. I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8. Smells good. It
That was
tastes good.
that was good.
I give it.
You gotta thank your brother for that one.
Yeah, that's great.
Shout out Ernest.
Yeah, that's wild.
I hope he watches this episode too.
He will. I'm sure he
That
will.
just rolled off the tongue. I do.
Oh
apologize.
man.
It's crazy.
So you
Been
were
on
an
air
8.
for a
I'm a
minute.
solid 8. Pretty good. I like it.
I'd say like a 7.4.
Really?
That's kind of where I'm at. I'm like a 7.6. I'll give it that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not. I mean,
It didn't,
bad.
it didn't
It's
blow
good.
me away, but it didn't. It's a good whiskey.
for sure.
You can
For
sip
sure.
it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Alright, good.
Absolutely.
I will say I had high expectations.
You did?
I really
so?
did. Just based on what you were reading, and they
okay.
based Old Fashions off this whiskey, and it's one of the oldest whiskeys in Kentucky history, and
Yep.
1880. I mean, it's got some rich history around it, so it's been around a while. So you figure that a lot of people, if you've been around that long, people keep buying your whiskey.
It's not like it's the gasoline one that we tried.
Oh man, that one was rough.
We gave that one a 4, so definitely not that one.
I think that one was even off the scale.
Oh man,
Well, let's get to it, man.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to this.
We have tried now, though, officially, we're in our 50s now.
This is
of
51.
amount. I know.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it's more because we did a bonus episode. Well, we
didn't drink on the bonus.
drank another one.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay, so yeah, we're 51 whiskeys.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild.
Man.
That is, and also, yeah, I'll get into that later. Go ahead.
But no, I think it's important, guys. We talked about it earlier in the episode how it's a new year, right?
sure.
And we had a lot in regards to the insurance industry that we were dealing with. The biggest thing that we had was what? It was open enrollment,
enrollment finished
right?
up.
And it
Yep.
finished up for us finally.
Finally, sure did.
Thank the
And
Lord.
so, if you guys don't know, during that period, you have a certain amount of time to get enrolled into a policy. If you need to change your plan, if you need some help, some knowledge about what you're currently in, that's the opportunity and time to do that. And so it's like Black Friday.
Yeah, it sure is.
Literally.
But for 70 days.
So it's stretched out. And so what do you guys say now that it's wrapped up? What are some things that you notice like,
Absolutely.
geez, this is different from what it was the year before, or now we have this information to better suit us to prepare our clients and our consumers for the following year? What did you guys notice?
Honestly, I hit on this a little bit in the last episode, but
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that I noticed was just seeing the price increases and everything,
yeah.
and like truly having to be a broker this year, like finding opportunities or finding things that not everyone was comfortable with,
Yeah.
but obviously suiting it for them and making sure they understood what was happening.
Actually providing value.
Right. Exactly. Right. Weird to say, but you could no longer just be like, yeah, hey, here's a plan. It's $7. Do you want it?
Yeah.
Right.
You had to add. You had to actually dig a little bit.
Absolutely.
I will say, I think the theme that I noticed, because obviously you play in the Medicare space, you play in the U65 space.
Yeah.
I play in both, in addition to group employee benefits. Across all three industries or verticals is what you could call it, segments of insurance, massive change.
Yes.
All three.
Yeah.
I would also say another big thing is a lot of law and compliance and what I would call price transparency. There's more transparency and more power going to the consumers, us as consumers of healthcare, because we're seeing more and more come out because of data, AI, whatever you want to call it, that are now available at our fingertips. I could just do a search right now on my iPad, and there's going to be a lot more transparency and numbers that I could look up at.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like that's what we should want as consumers of healthcare. I've said this before, and we could do a whole episode on this, but essentially we should be able to shop our healthcare much like we go onto Amazon and shop technology or shoes or whatever. We should be able to price out and see what one place is charging for shoes is another, and we should be able to do that with our healthcare.
Yep.
We should be able to price out and see what St. Luke's here, if you're in Kansas City, what St. Luke's East is charging compared to Lee Summit Medical Center in Lee Summit or KU Medical to Medora or wherever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's where I think consumers of healthcare continue to get the shaft, because insurance carriers, albeit they pay for it that year, they're always charging that in premiums, which is what's continued to rise. They're going to raise premiums. Otherwise, they would go out of business, but they don't really care about the transparency portion. The hospitals don't really care about the transparency portion because that hurts them. Now, if they're
Less
charging
money in there.
Yeah, if they're charging $10,000 for a colonoscopy to the insurance carrier and the other hospital down the street's $3,000,
Absolutely.
where would you guys go?
Exactly.
You would probably choose the one that's only going to cost $3,000.
Yep.
And a colonoscopy is a colonoscopy. I mean, what kind of difference could you get in quality of care?
Correct.
Right. Yeah.
It shouldn't be a $7,000
But that's
difference.
essentially what's happening across the board, across everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pharmaceutical to procedures to outpatient to inpatient, you name it. It's bad.
Yeah.
And insurance carriers don't care because they pass it on to consumers like you and I, and to the employees and to employers that are paying for premium.
Yep.
It sucks, but that's the reality.
Yeah.
That's where I think we got to that's where we have to fix healthcare. And I went on a whole long diatribe of what I saw happen in quarter four, but it's the truth. And I think if we can continue to go past that and put pressure on hospital systems and carriers to care about that and price transparency and give the power to consumers, I think we'll begin to see a fundamental shift in pricing.
I mean, I couldn't agree with you more, but that it's going to be a power struggle, right?
Yeah, and that's where I don't know if we'll get to that.
Yeah.
I really don't. I mean, they're fighting it now, and there's been laws that are passed. I mean, carriers won't share data on groups below 100. They say we don't have the technology advancement to be able to share that data. I kid you not. We went and asked for data for all of our groups under 100. They wouldn't share any data.
Wow.
And it's the group's data. It's not the carrier's data.
Correct.
It's the group's. It's the employer's data.
Yeah.
They should have access to that data. I'm sorry, we don't have. This is very large.
Keep going.
This is a very large insurance carrier. I mean, we're talking top 3 carrier, and they said we don't have the technology to be able to share that data to you for groups under 100 because, to be honest with you, we would lose money by building the technology and providing it to you.
Gosh.
You already have it.
Yes,
built.
you have it. You have
the data.
You have it.
And you're tracking it because that's exactly how you're pricing out groups below 100 anyways.
Yep.
You're just choosing not to.
Correct.
So don't pretend that I'm naive and going to take your stupid answer. But that's the reality of things. It's frustrating. And I get it. I mean, we're all consumers of healthcare and people that are business owners and ordinary people that are buying insurance.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the type of answers we get from carriers.
Yep. The runaround. That's
Just
what
let
it
you
is.
guys
It's just a
know.
runaround.
It's not any easier for us, trust me.
I dove into that because I think it's important and to be transparent. And that's how I treat a lot of my clients.
Yeah.
Is transparency is key. When you can be transparent with people and let them know that you're an advocate for them, you're building plans, you're customizing plans for them, regardless of where you're at, Medicare, U65, group, employee benefits. If you're their advocate and they'll pick up on that, on realism, how real you are, that's what matters. They care about somebody that's going to pick up the phone and fight on their behalf.
Yep.
And too often there's so many brokers in the industry that don't do that. I think that's one way to differentiate yourself is being able to do that. And I just it was so funny because we were doing this training today and there was a perfect example. I had one of my clients, if he watches the episode, he'll know exactly what I'm talking about because this just happened. This was on Saturday. He's been a long-standing client of mine. And he texted me. And it's funny because he sent me a text, and 10 minutes before he texted me, I got the email, the same email that he screenshotted and sent to me, and I already sent it to my account manager to figure out what was happening. It was on Saturday, so he texted me. Sorry, he said it was on Sunday, because Monday we had off. Shout out MOK.
Yes.
What I'll say, he said your insurance has been canceled, and it had nothing to do with his. He had changed his credit cards, and he had given it to us, and we had updated it with the carrier. And the carrier didn't implement it 3 weeks ago. And so I said, I saw that too. Already sent this to my account manager. That was supposed to be fixed a week or two ago. It will get fixed tomorrow for sure. Blah, blah. And then he said, no biggie. Sorry to bother you on a Sunday. Just want to keep the coverage going. I have a dangerous job because he does a lot of things like with wood, chopping wood, different things like that. Chainsaws. And so I said, I get it. I said, that's why I'm pissed for you though. I'll make sure it gets fixed tomorrow. And he goes, I appreciate you, sir. You're my dude. Best insurance guy I have. And we were talking about the Chiefs.
Right.
He said, best insurance guy I have. I didn't answer a phone call.
Nope.
Right.
I didn't do anything out of the ordinary. I just responded like that within 5 minutes of him texting me.
Yeah.
And that's what you do to be extraordinary.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Same day service.
Yes. And that's important to people.
Yes.
And, because he, as of at that moment, his insurance was not active. Now we were able to get it because it was the carrier's fault, so we were able to get it fixed.
And even if it wasn't, though, in his head,
his
truthfully,
world
even if it was just a
over with.
miscommunication in his head, it's over with.
Yeah.
And if he were to get hurt tomorrow, he's screwed.
Yep. So I think that that's no matter the business that you're in, you have to take that mentality and mindset because that's what people expect. And when you do that, guess what? You're the best insurance guy. He believes that.
He sure does.
And I've had him since 2018. I mean, we're going on 6+ years together.
Absolutely.
So I share that with you guys not because I'm boasting that I'm this extra special person. I didn't do anything extra other than respond within 5 minutes and boom, we were gone.
Yeah.
I share that because that's what you should be doing whatever business you're building, whatever sales career you are in. You should take and adopt that same mentality and mindset because it will do wonders for you later on.
Yep.
So I think it's the perfect time
for station identification.
And we go into our segue.
And we'll talk about what's next.
Yes, but shout out to, do you want to do our Apollo one or do you want me to do it?
Shout out to Apollo, our sponsor. Thank you for everything that you do for us. Again, if you guys, and we kind of hit on it just a little bit, but if you guys need any help with health insurance, life insurance, Medicare, anything like that, we specialize in it. We don't just do it, we specialize in it. So please reach out for any help or needs that you may need. So until we'll be back here soon.
Boom, boom, boom. Welcome back. Boom.
Thanks for tuning into our sponsorship.
We appreciate it.
And
we're gonna get better at those.
Yeah, that was kind of so on the fly.
It was on the
Hey,
fly.
Mark, do you want to just handle that? I was like,
I picked it up. It's okay. I did the best I can.
You were picking up what I was putting down.
Yes, I was. I knew where you were going with it.
You sniffing while I was stepping in.
Yeah.
Gosh. What we got?
All right, 2025.
Yeah.
So, what we are going to talk about, which we hinted at a little bit in previous episodes, what we're doing this year, where the pod's going, how freaking cool this place is about to be.
Oh, shoot.
And also what we're doing with this little room we got going on.
This little room we got.
Because I didn't really make a promise, but I did tell you guys it was going to be a lot cooler for the first episode. That didn't happen.
Why didn't it happen?
Luke's credit card didn't get sent my way somehow.
It's my fault.
I knew that was coming.
You know what? I'm pretty sure I told Talbot just make it happen.
He did.
No,
I believe you did. I believe you did.
I said Talbot. Just
I don't care whatever it is. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
I remember
that. Don't.
And I
don't
figured
let me
it out.
be a bottleneck.
I remember
I'm
that.
pretty sure I said something along those lines.
You did. I figured it out. Probably a little bit my fault too. Got busy. But no, next episode for sure.
That's a big. That's a big.
I don't know if I would say that.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. We're filming too.
Yeah. And that's everything you just told me that you showed to me before we hopped onto this. That's not getting done in one. I think that's probably going to take you a couple weeks, brother.
We're gonna get it done.
No more false promises from Talbot.
You're right. We're gonna get it done.
It'll get done in season 2. I firmly believe
will.
it'll be done in the next 6 episodes.
Yes.
But
Okay.
you
We'll
gotta-
say next 6.
But all the things that you just showed me, that's a lot of stuff you got to get ordered and put up. And
You gotta hear that. It's
yeah,
gonna be lit.
it's gonna be lit. But he has a
gonna be
whole
nice.
idea for this wall.
Yeah.
So
Don't give him too much.
I won't give it away. You'll
Just
get to see.
just think, if you go to New York, right, and you wanna go to a nice place with your wife or your significant other, but it's more low key. Think like speakeasy vibes.
I like that. I like
Think that.
speakeasies.
Think that. And we're gonna have a photo booth where no one can come in unless they knock, and we give them a code.
I was a speakeasy last week.
You did?
good.
Where'd you go?
Well, it's a speakeasy, so I can't share the
Yeah,
location.
shit,
You
okay.
can. Did you go to the W? Because that's not really a speakeasy.
Nope. That's why I legit can't share the
Was it
location.
here?
No.
Oh, where were you at last week?
I was in Kansas City.
Oh,
Yeah, but
I think I know which one you're talking about.
yeah.
I think I've been to that
It's
one.
fun.
Swordfish Tom's.
Speakeasies are really, really fun.
They are. Great time.
And yeah, so I've got a plug. If you ever want to go to a speakeasy, I've got a plug where you can go, and I'll
Heck
shout
yeah.
out. You have to be a guest of mine, but
Absolutely. Well, moving forward.
I love speakeasies.
Before he gets sidetracked like he always does. What are we doing this year, fellas? What are we thinking of?
Dude.
Because we hadn't told Luke yet, but
Oh, whoa. And by the way, I don't know what he's about to say. I don't know what. He tried to loop me in there.
well, I was talking.
Don't put
Hear
me
me
in
out.
that.
Hear me out. I was talking with Kyle.
Yeah, okay. Shout out Kyle. Kyle does all of our
Kyle does a
editing.
lot.
He
He's
comes
a
up with
producer.
he comes up with see this right here. I've got a whole iPad of thoughts for our episode that are all
Yep.
put down.
That is one thing I do want to hear. We're going to be a lot more organized this year.
Yeah.
A lot more organized. That was one thing I think we lacked.
I
last
won't
year.
show everything, but this is literally all thoughts for just this episode. It's
Yeah.
2 pages of notes, and it's all structured for you guys.
Absolutely. No, we were talking about we want to try to do 2 or 3 lives this year. Live EPs, which I think would be
Really?
really fun. Yeah, because our last one was a huge hit.
It was. We had 100 plus people.
Yeah, and it was a great time, and I loved it all.
Yeah. Holy cow.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Sorry, I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's speakeasy vibe. We played a little jazz.
That
Come on.
Oh,
was an asthma.
don't exist.
That was an asthma.
Never a dull moment with us,
Nope.
guys. Not at all. Hey,
Anyways,
back at it.
But yeah,
It's 2 to 3
2 to
live
3
events.
live
Wow.
events. Yep.
I could see 2. I will say that
It was a lot of work.
it was a lot
It
of
was.
work putting on a live event.
that's why I
for
said
everybody.
2 to 3 because if we
Yeah.
mastered the craft, 3 would be pretty easy if we found the location.
Yeah.
But, excuse me, 2 would be phenomenal, I think.
Yeah, I think it was really fun to do the live event and cap that off as our episode of the ending of season 1.
Do that.
And maybe that's our second live event.
Yep.
Is capping off season 2 with another live event, because it was so fun to be able to just get out in the community. We did it in Lee Summit. Shout out to Stewie's.
Shout out.
If you haven't seen the episode, go feel free to check it out. It was just a lot of fun to interact with the crowd. I mean, we had thousands of dollars of giveaways.
Yep.
And
Great crowd.
just in that night alone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
amazing.
I don't even know how much we gave away, but it was at least $2,500.
Yes.
I mean, easily.
Yes.
We gave away like seven to $10 $100 haircuts.
Yeah.
Gave away gift cards everywhere.
Yep. We had tons of gift
Free
cards.
shots.
Free. Yep. We gave away free shots at the end of the night. It was a really good event, and we had a ton of people that we didn't even know that showed up.
Yep.
That were just enjoying their time and having fun with us, and we had guests that were on that were adding a ton of value. We want to continue to do things like that. So I think that the exciting guests I got on here, exciting guests. The season's going to feature more guest appearances, like I just mentioned before we went to break, including industry professionals, real life clients.
Yeah. Yes.
And bringing some clients on here, and other voices offering fresh perspectives. So whether that's marketing people that we want to bring on that help you from a marketing perspective in your business and what it is that's trending. We said this last season, but I want to go even deeper into AI. And there's a tool that we are, implementing ourselves. I'll kind of explain what it does in an episode this year, but it's all on marketing or driving organic growth. So, I want to be able to share that with you guys. There's a lot of different nuances that go into any successful business. And you need to be doing that as a business owner or as a salesperson. You need to be thinking how to grow yourself organically through paid search. How do you utilize AI to make... There was one thing I was looking at, and I haven't implemented this for our sales agents yet. Man, I can really get on some bunny trails.
Yeah, just hurry up.
Holy crap.
Oh, come on.
But AI, how can you implement it to totally take over a ton of everyday exercises, or what's the word I'm looking for that an agent would do? Tons of exercises. Tasks. Thank you. Everyday tasks. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Struggling finding that word. Such an easy word. Everyday tasks to move forward. And there's tons of different things, and it's finding the right AI, because AI is just such a freaking buzzword. But it's finding the right one that can do it. And how can I get Talbot in front of more clients because his tasks are being taken care of by an AI agent that does everything Talbot would do at his desks. Now, a lot easier said than done.
Yeah,
For sure.
But
you got to program the AIs.
correct. But there's the ability to do that. So I'm even entertaining different things like that. And plus, it's really, really expensive. So you got to be able to have money to be able to do that and implement something such as, like that. But I think it's something that's even unique. I don't even know. Maybe our agents would invest into something like that. I don't know. Where we get, where we're investing into it together. So we're using it together. But there's a lot of things that I'm trying to figure out. All right, how do we get our agents selling constantly, because AI is setting appointments for them constantly.
Right.
So they don't have time to do it.
You don't have no choice.
Yeah,
you're back to back.
Perfect. Yeah. And that's what I think that we can get AI to do. And if you're in sales, AI is not going to, when AI first came out, I thought AI was gonna replace people, which it will in some industries.
But not to the dramatic that people thought.
Not to the dramatic what people thought. What AI is going to do is it's going to differentiate the wildly successful people from the ones that are not.
Yep.
Because people learn it, use it, apply it so that they get better.
Yeah, because time is money.
Correct. That is what AI can do for you and your business. So I think that there's a whole episode. I think we should bring in a guest
For sure.
to talk on that.
Yeah.
Because it is our future.
I agree.
I agree 100%.
And I think we should stop with that, because we're getting too far in the weeds, and you're going to have a whole conversation right now about the episode. Anyways, go on.
No. I think you guys are hilarious, man. I think that I couldn't agree more. And I also want to go back to a point that you proved that you said earlier, Luke. It was about the real life stories that from our clientele. I think that's super important, because that's a segment that it's all about people. It's all about real experiences. And people, they infect people, and they also affect people, right? Based off of what it is, right? And what that person goes through. You can really learn a lot by a story a person has. And so hearing real life stories from real clients that has health insurance issues or problems or woes, or just seeing how brokers navigated that transition for them to put them in a better situation. I've been doing this for what? I don't know, 8 years?
8 years.
8 years now.
I've been doing it 10.
Yeah, so I've been doing it 8 years now.
Old head.
And what exactly? That's how I feel, man. And when I say the best thing, the gift that this has given me, this career, is just being able to really impact someone's life based off of what I'm able to do for them in regards to health insurance. Their health insurance need. People cry on the phone. People have true tears because we are changing lives and really positively impacting people every single day. So that segment, I'm the most excited about.
Absolutely.
I'm going to love that segment.
That'd be great.
I really am, man.
Where, Quan, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Where is for 2025, where's the podcast going?
Ooh.
Is there any cool places that we might?
Yeah, I think we just talked about it, man. We're gonna go on the road. I think we said Wisconsin. Was that one of them? That was one of them. Yeah.
Wisconsin's locked and loaded. We just need to set the date.
Yes, man. So that's going to be exciting. The podcast boys, the Whiskey and Insurance podcast boys, will get on the road.
We get on the road.
We get on the road, baby. And
that'd be fun.
Yes, man. Change the scenery, new people.
Absolutely.
We may even be able to go to Nashville. Chris has been begging us to go to Nashville.
Yeah, he's been talking about that.
Got an Airbnb out there too. Go.
Chris would just have us stay with him.
Perfect.
So he would be totally fine with that. Sorry, Chris, if you're not fine with that, but I'm pretty sure you said you wanted us to
you're
come
fine
out.
with that, right?
Yeah.
Where was the?
He'll watch the episode. He's gonna see it.
Where was the?
I'll get a text.
I'm fine with that. Where was the other place, Luke, that you were talking about? Maybe
Phoenix.
Oh.
So there's a couple guys that I know that are starting a restaurant out in Phoenix, Arizona. And they've invited us out to be able to go out, shoot some episodes at their location. That's pretty cool. It's got some NFL names behind it as well. So I won't divulge it because they're still in the planning process. They're building out the restaurant as we speak.
Cool.
Nice.
So it should be up and running in the next it'll be up and running in the next quarter.
So question you guys.
So yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it.
Question you guys. Anyone who's out watching, listening, if you guys have a business or a restaurant or even a distillery,
Talbott,
that you maybe want us to come shoot a live event or just simply a podcast, have you on it. We would love to come see you guys.
Yep.
If you have any place that you want us to go, you meet us up at.
Especially like right now because it's 15 degrees out. So if you
get us out of Missouri.
If you live somewhere that's warm, I will gladly get on in a car or a plane and fly there.
Yep. Let us know because we're
Dallas,
we're out.
Phoenix, Florida, Southern California.
Anyways, somewhere warm, preferably not California right now. Let's wait until we get the fires tamed.
Oh boy, that's really.
But no,
funny.
Anywhere you guys want us to go, we're down for it.
Yeah.
On the road again.
Are you ready for the next segment?
Let's do it, baby.
All right,
What
cool.
you got, Luke?
So I think as we wrap up this episode, I think what we wanted to focus on was goal setting and expectations for 2025. So not necessarily for the podcast, because we just kind of touched on we're going to be on the road with podcasts. We've already told you we're going to be bringing exciting guests, all that type of stuff. So more so, share your guys' personal goals for 2025 and expand, for the audience, what that looks like. How did you set your goals, and why are you setting those specific goals for yourself? Without getting too personal, share some personal goals that you have for yourselves.
Yeah,
Marquan, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, it's important to set professional goals, and it's also important to set personal goals. For
sure.
And so for me, my biggest personal goal this year is the gym. Right? Everybody has the gym as the personal goal.
Weird.
You want to get in the gym. You want to do it.
Is that your personal goal?
No.
But it's
Ask him how many times I tried to get his ass in the
Wait a
gym.
minute. This is why it's a personal goal. This is why it's a personal goal.
You gonna listen to me this time?
Yeah, well, I'm at it. I'm gonna look different, baby. Just give me
You
some
said that
time.
last year.
You already
Give me
look
some
pretty
time.
good.
Thank you, Luke. I appreciate that, brother. But that is a big one for me. That's a big one for me. I have to be consistent. It's something that you got to work yourself back into, right? A lot of people say it and then they fall off the wagon, but it's something that I'm trying to be disciplined in. I'm trying to get my body back there again. Waking up early, right? Waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting the push-ups in, at least knocking out my 100 push-ups, getting to the gym. At least you got to start out with something that you can attain first. Don't just, I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week. You're not going to do that starting out. Mm-hmm. So I set my goal for at least 2 days, 2 days out of the week. One day I'll do legs. The other day I'll do upper body, and then I'll as I gradually, progress, then I'll move up. And so that's what I'm working on now. I have a home gym, an apartment gym, so it's pretty easy for me to just go and knock it out. And so that's the biggest one of my personal goals. Oh, also, and to drink more water. I want to drink more water.
Less whiskey.
I'm terrible at it. Yes.
You can get yourself a Stanley or something.
Yeah, I do.
That's the easiest thing.
I do. And so those are my two biggest personal goals. Professional goal, for me, it's taken me some time to think of it, and I think I have more than one, but the biggest one for me is when I first started in this industry, for me, I wanted to be the best at everything that I did, right? And so whatever that was, I wanted to be the best. I wanted to figure out how to do this, or if it was picking up the phone the fastest, if it was selling the most, health shares, whatever it was, I wanted to be in the mix, right? And so for me, this new year, I really just want to continue to dive into each segment of the business, and that's where I was going. I want to make sure that I continue to learn and continue to push myself to learn new skills regarding the business, because it's forever growing. Yeah,
you really have. You look at the last 8 years, you've learned a ton.
Yeah, it's been a lot. I mean, I've done groups, I've done Medicare, I've done under 65, I've done recruiting. I mean, every segment of the business, I try to just stick my nose in it, right, and figure it out. And so I think I'm pretty good at getting in there, figuring it out, and even most of the time having success. And so for me, I just want to learn something new about the business, dive into it, and really just get after it, just to add to the tool belt.
Your strength is you know how to connect with people and relate with people and sell no matter whatever it is. I mean, it could be Medicare, U65 group, recruiting, and selling a job. I mean, you know how to get at whatever level, relatable, and sell it. Yeah, that's one of the things I've always admired the most about you is that ability that you have. It comes really natural for you. So kudos to you for that, because that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Talbot, what about you? Personal and professional? Sounds like Jim. I already know you're personal, Jim.
Well, I mean that's well, absolutely. The gym for me is
it's a must, Luke. It's not really a goal. It's like my
6 days a week.
This is what I do. This is what I do.
6 days a week.
Wow.
I also want to do a bodybuilding competition this year.
Wow.
That's my goal.
Okay.
So my goal target weight is 200 pounds.
Really?
I want to get down.
How many more pounds do you mind sharing?
48.
You got to be shed 48 pounds?
Yeah.
It's a lot of weight.
It is. I haven't seen myself at 200 pounds since I was a senior in high school.
Wow.
So that's been...
So you're taking this thing real serious.
Yeah, very.
Wow. Kudos to you, man. Shout out to you.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Another one, which is kind of like midway into 2026, though, is I want to be engaged.
Ooh.
And then by the end of 2025...
So you're getting serious, huh?
Yeah. You know. I want to own a house or a duplex by 2025.
Don't you already own them now?
Yeah, but my own. Like, I want to live in it.
One. You Airbnb them now, right?
Right.
That's what I thought.
Like here in Kansas City, I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
So I want that. I want to own a home.
Yeah, that's neat.
I want to be out, Work goals. One of my biggest ones is I want to be a junior partner.
Wow, that's the first time I've ever heard that.
You said this live on. You said this live
every time. You said this every
live.
time. I literally tell every person.
We got recording of this now.
I know.
Have you heard that before?
That is such a bullshit crap.
I mean, we spent we spent over 50 episodes together.
Is that the
I've never heard that.
Ask Jared, ask
He's telling certain people.
Casfy.
Cheers to that.
He's telling certain people.
He's not telling me.
Yeah, no.
That's crazy. I have text messages that I can actually show you.
You think?
Yes, 100%. I'll find them tonight, and I'll screenshot them. So
Okay, so that's one.
You should.
Is that their only? Or is that their only professional one?
No.
what else?
Other professional one is I want to open my LLC for here.
Okay.
That way I can obviously start writing off a lot more.
Yeah.
But
So in order to be a JP, have you figured out what those numbers are for you yet? What you got to be able to do every month?
yeah, I mean I got 28 grand left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're that close, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
that was on live too. But yeah,
On live.
That that was yeah, that's all I have.
Well, good
Cool.
for you.
So
Good for you, brother.
thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. But that's
Cool.
the biggest thing. And make this podcast freaking boom,
That's a
baby.
good one.
Boom.
Yeah.
I want to be busting at the
We're going to
seams.
Mars like Elon.
Yeah, baby. Take Dogecoin to the Mars.
Jeez.
Did you
like
hear
that?
said that shit?
You like that,
Yeah,
Kwani?
that was funny. We about to cut this. The podcast is about to end soon.
It is. We got like 5 minutes.
So I would say.
What's yours?
Oh, okay. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I didn't know I was going to get asked.
I was about
I usually transition, but you
Yeah.
guys, Kwani threw me off. So I couldn't even get you. I couldn't even set it up for you.
I got you, bro. Don't worry.
I would say, for me, I always set personal and professional, but much like you guys have set. I think it's really important, though, whenever you do this, you have to. I've learned a lot in 10 years of doing this. And I'm not sitting here speaking at a pedestal by any means or at a podium and preaching. I've learned how to fail miserably. I've learned how to set a goal and never hit it. I've learned how to set goals and hit them. And I think the important thing that you have to do, because there's a lot of things in life. One of the things I've been really introspective recently. I've been reading a lot of different books. I'm reading right now 3 different books at one time. One for fun, 2 for business and pleasure. My 1 for fun, those that know me, I've actually shared quite a bit of this with people that have come over recently. Had my 3rd, good as Luke Eckley. Had a 3rd, New Year's Eve. So I've had some people drop over dinners and stuff, and they've been asking me what I've been reading. And I read 1 for fun. I picked it up when I was in Boston before open enrollment in October. It's called U.S. Constitutions and American Writings. And I'm a history guy, so I love American history. And it starts in chronological order from the Independence Day and the Declaration of Independence to the Louisiana Purchase to all these different American writings, to Ronald Reagan's first inauguration speech, to all these different things that were big American histories, all in chronological order. I'm still in the 1800s or whatever. But I like to read these pieces because it's an important part of American history to know where we've come from and the ingenuity that these guys took when they were creating our laws, our bylaws, and all these different things. When they thought of, because when you look at our government, and our government today was made up from a writing in 1780s, and how they came up with the judicial, legislative, and executive branches, and how did they think of that?
Right.
You know what I mean? They didn't have any video to watch. They didn't have any. They looked at old pieces of stuff to what was going on in the past. So I like to read on that, learn from it, because you can always learn and gain wisdom no matter what the case. So I've been really wanting to grow in my growth from that perspective and learn from history. And the second other thing, I've been reading a lot of business books. One recently that I've been in for about a month is 9-Figure Mindset by Brandon Dawson. He is he ran a auditory business, sold his business for 9 figures. And I think that just being able to get into what's called a 9-figure mindset, and I think a lot of times as people, this is important to note on goal setting. One of the things that I think that is important for all people to apply. You should set goals that you never hit, but you need to set goals that you also hit. You should never reach all your goals, but you should reach most of your goals you set. So I think a lot of time, as you think about that, and you get relatable with yourself, if you hit all your goals weren't big enough. That's where I'm going with this. I think a lot of times we think too small. and we aren't thinking big enough. And so that's what I was saying is a 9-figure mindset. You need to speak some of that into existence. And that as a company, I would love 9-figure mindset for him was selling a business at 9 figures. We're close to that from a business valuation. We're not there yet, but we're close. I have a 9-figure mindset. That's what I want to hit in a revenue number per year.
Right.
And it completely changed my thinking because I was like, I would, if we could just get to 25 million or 30 million or $50 million, $50 million to me was like, it cat's meow. Like if we get to 50 million a year in revenue in all of our businesses, that'd be exciting. I'm like, no, that's too small. That's too small. We need to be thinking bigger. And then once you think bigger, how do you set the goals now to make sure that you are on track for that? And hit that. And it's all about people. It's all about processes and utilizing technology. I think we did a big investment last year into tech. I think that's going to really help us long term. But that's one of my goals this year that I set was how our roadmap to 9-figure company. And now there's definitely some roadmaps that we got to hit before then.
Right.
Because we're far away from that point. But I will say it's closer than you think.
It's good to know.
Yeah. So I think that those things are really important from a professional perspective. I won't share all of them. I also have some health goals. That's why I've got this on rather than my other watches.
I was about to ask you, did you just buy that?
I did.
I literally looked over and I was like, nice suit. No.
I put on, I will wear the Rolex every now and then, and still will have it a part of the wardrobe. I love Rolex watches. I love watches, period. But I want to take my health more serious this year. So
I will say this is like the best watch I've ever had, the Ultra.
Yeah, I went and saw it. Is yours the new one?
Mine's not the black one. Mine's the Ultra 2, but yours is the Ultra, the newest one.
I went and got it. I wanted to track my beats per minute. I wanted to track my activity. I wanted to get healthier.
That just shut off. Keep talking.
So yeah, I wanted to get healthier this year. My health is important to me.
Yeah.
I've had 3 kiddos, and I want to be able to get back to a good goal weight of myself. I need to lose about 10, 15 pounds realistically. It died. So what do you want me to do?
Nothing. Keep going. I'm gonna zoom this one out.
Okay. So yeah, I think that from a goal perspective, I've got a lot of different things that I think are important and can be applied. But the biggest takeaway that I would love to give everybody is when you're setting personal and professional goals, set goals that you hit majority, but there should be goals that you never obtain, because those goals will stretch you, and you need to have stretch goals. Now, on the flip side, don't set a bunch of goals that you will not obtain a single goal. You still need to, you still need to obtain majority of your goals, but you need to have a couple of stretch goals that push you that you will not obtain in a year. I think that's important. I think it keeps you grounded. I think it makes sure that you are stretching yourself and you're not being, nothing is easy, because if you hit all your goals, it was too easy to begin with. So yeah, I think that those things are really, really important as a person when you're setting goals for yourself. And if you haven't done so already, as we are 21 days into, this will get aired sometime next week, but we're 21 days into January. You need to do it. It's super important. It's super imperative. And so my health is an important piece. I want to try and I've got a goal of that on my health side.
Do you mind me asking what it is?
Yeah, I was sharing that while you were up trying to play with the cameras, but I want to lose 10 to 15 pounds. I'm realistically about 15 pounds over what my ideal weight is. So it's nothing like drastic, but it's enough to where I'm like, okay, I've got 3 kids. I want to be able to not have, issues later on in life. Right. I just want to eat cleaner. There's a lot of times where, you eat something fast, you go to Chick-fil-A or whatever,
it's easy.
And it's easy, but then you just feel like dog. You guys know what I'm talking about. You feel like dog manure afterwards. It just wasn't clean.
Right.
I think a lot of times about that. And I'm trying to make things more accessible to me because I do have 3 kids. It's not as easy for me to just go work out whenever I want to work out.
Correct.
It's a really big challenge. So really, my ideal workout time is between 8 and midnight. I'm a night owl, so I get a lot of work done in that hours too. So it'd be ideal if I could work out. My kids go to bed around 7:30 to 8. It's the last one. They usually are in bed by 7. For Brooklyn, Lakes 7:30 to 8. So by 8 o'clock, I could work out for an hour, and then I could be done, quick shower, and then get some work done until midnight. And then I'm back up at it at 7 a.m. the next day. I think that for me personally, I've been looking at some different cycles, and I've looked at the what's the bicycle? I'm blanking on the name.
Peloton.
The Peloton.
That's
I'm
good.
looking at the Peloton for my. I've got a design space in my basement right by my office and whatnot. I've already been doing one of the things that's good for your heart are steam showers because it gets your heart rate up, and you're in 110, 105. Realistic, 105 is the ideal temperature there from my steam shower perspective. And if you're in there 15 minutes, it helps your heart. Be able to pump, you get your blood flow faster and everything. So I've been doing that already. And
You
going
should
on
look
runs.
into the elliptical that goes under your desk.
Really?
You just get a standing desk,
Yeah.
right, in your office, and then there's an elliptical that doesn't have like all the arm stuff.
Yeah.
And it's literally just a machine, and you can walk while you do work.
Got it.
That would be,
Yeah.
because then you can work and.
So those are my personal goals. More
Okay.
is all around the health side of things. I have some other things, but I'm not going to share those yet. But my professional goals, I really have a lot from. I continue to grow.
Yeah.
Across the board, and just my understanding of insurance and how to apply it. And then my biggest thing is how to continue to bring in people that grow the business beyond what oneself could do. Meaning, Talbot, when you're growing yourself in your business within Apollo, you grow all of Apollo.
Right.
How do we scale that at a faster rate? How do we scale that to $100 million business? Those are where a lot of my goals are set around for 2025. And I feel like if we hit these goals, I really feel really good for our future. From a growth perspective, we'll probably be on a hyper growth model if we hit the targets that I think we can hit revenue wise.
Yeah.
We did a really good job in 2024. I think we've got a great foundation with all the compliance and everything that got thrown out at us. The sky's the limit at this point in time. So I'm super excited that I hope that helped. I mean, you guys, I kind of rambled there for a little bit, but hopefully you think that helps
Yeah. Absolutely.
viewers
Absolutely.
set goals for themselves.
100%. And I think that it's good to give the viewers something that they can use to actually, sit down at the table, write it down, think about it. Something that we like to use, or something that I've learned, of course, over, my time period of setting goals. It's an acronym that we use here, SMART. Right? We've talked about this in an earlier episode, SMART. You want to make sure your goals are specific, right? Don't make it broad, narrow it down. Make it something that you know exactly what it is you want to do, right? The M is measurable, right? What's the destination, right? Over what period of time do I want to accomplish these things, right? And then A, we want to make sure it's attainable. They kind of go hand in hand, right? Is this something that I'm just, saying, or is this something that I can really attain, right?
Yeah.
And then R, we want to make sure it's realistic, right? Same thing, right? I don't want to say that I want to make $100 million next year. Like,
Right.
come on, man.
When we're only making 500 or whatever.
It's like, that's not realistic, right? And then T is timely, time management. Okay, what is the time frame? What parameters I'm going to put on myself to make sure that we get there, right? And so
I freaking love that.
yeah, it's like we have to be able to, and just for you guys, when you're sitting down, think of those things, right? And base your goals off that. If you don't have, an acronym or anything to use to help you set those goals, it's important.
I would add on that, one of my people that I'm connected with in the industry, I read something from him recently, and we'll wrap up, I promise, because this episode's gone way longer than I wanted.
We're giving good
right.
content.
It's good.
content.
One of the people that I've connected with, he talked about, when you set professional goals, it's really easy, and I've been in this spot, so this is why it related to me so much. When you set professional goals and you hit them, or you're doing really successful, you still feel unfulfilled. And what he meant by that was you feel unfulfilled because you've hit goals or you've not hit goals, but you're growing within business. But you always feel like there's something out there that
Should be done.
like you're still feeling unhappy.
Yeah. Yep.
And I've been there.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Absolutely.
You feel like, oh man, that was a successful year, but I'm just not happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what he shared was he found himself in that same situation, which I think why it resonated with me. You need to incorporate, and he said, one of the things that I wasn't focused on is he was still doing the things that made him happy. So his life coach told him, well, you need to write down the things that make you happy. And he wrote down those 4 things that made him happy. It was getting outdoors. He was from Colorado. He's moved to Wisconsin. It was getting outdoors, spending time with family, a bunch of things that didn't actually have to do anything with business. It all had to do with like personal growth and development with his own family. Yeah. And what he realized is he was still doing those things, but he never focused on those things. And I think that relates a lot from goals, because we professionally, at the end of the day, money provides freedom. Freedom
Correct.
provides you to do the things that we really want to do.
Correct.
You still have to set the professional goals to hit and obtain daily. And for instance, let's just use, I'm going to use you as an example. Let's say you get really fulfilled by spending time with Rocky.
Yep.
And you're spending 1 hour to 2, 3 hours a day with Rocky when you go home. Or whatever it's going to be.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever time frame. That's a really great goal, and the money that you're doing provides you to spend that 1 to 2, 3 hours of time with Rocky doing whatever it could be. It could be being active, you could be doing dance, you could be doing whatever it is you guys want to do together. And that fulfills you, but you're not focused on that, is what he meant by that. You're not looking at those hours you're spending together as fulfillment. You're looking at it, I haven't been able to spend enough hours. You're focused on the wrong things rather than being focused on the right things.
You're not being intentional in it.
Correct. And I read that post and it resonated, because that's life. We're all in that same boat. We always feel like, like if I sold the business and I made millions of dollars and I was go sit, I sit there and I think about this, I'd go sit on a beach for 3 weeks or whatever, however long it'd be. At the end of the day, I'm sitting on that beach. I got no financial worry in the world. I still would feel unfulfilled, because the stuff that fulfills you is not sitting on a beach, retired, no fiscally, you have all the financial freedom that you want. There's nothing that you're worried about from a financial perspective, and you're just sitting on a beach. Yeah, that would be fun for a couple of weeks, but it wouldn't fulfill you long term.
Right.
That's what he was trying to implement or say, in his post was, you should still focus on the things that you're doing. You're probably already doing them, but you're not
fulfilling.
You're not telling yourself about it. You're not making it intentional. When you are doing it. So
That's
I
really good.
That's
I
good.
had to leave that with the
That's really
viewers.
good.
Very good.
Because it impacted me when I read it. And I wanted to hopefully impact you if you hear it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ooh, y'all got some gems today,
that was
baby.
good.
Got some gems
That was
today.
good. Well, hey,
Yeah.
that's the wrap up. What's going to happen in 2025?
Yes.
Some of our goals
Yes.
for you guys. Please, if you're willing to do it, and if you want to do it, put in the comments. Put some of your guys' goals for the next year.
Oh, yeah.
Put
We love
anything that
that.
we can help with you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we love to help anybody. If you guys want to help us achieve our goals, we love that as well.
If you want a goal that you're trying to hit, but you don't know how to hit it or track it, reach
Let us
out to
know.
us. We'll help you out from a tracking perspective so that you have daily, weekly, monthly goals so that you hit
Yep.
your annual goal.
And we can even keep you accountable.
Yep.
Shit. We do it all the
Absolutely.
time here.
Absolutely.
Not that hard, you know?
Well, we appreciate
Well,
you guys.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Until next time.
Until
Until
next
next
time.
time.
Cheers.
This has been the Whiskey and Insurance Podcast, brought to you by Apollo Health Insurance. Be sure to subscribe anywhere you get your podcasts so you don't miss new episodes. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for more. We'll see you next week.